I really don't know. I don't know if anyone will come in yet, but I'm just going to speak as if I'm just normally recording because I don't know how this is going to come out. And some people might be triggered by it, especially in Flat Earth, because I think there is a bit of a problem in that sense of, I don't even know how to explain it, but once I get talking, I think it'll just come out. But let me just get my book out, which I've been writing in, because I've been in the garden, and that's mainly when I start, you know, I don't even like saying thinking about stuff, because I was listening to something. Sounds mad. I actually asked last night that I needed to come across something, a video or whatever, shape or form, to a question that I was sort of asking myself. And then I came across a video. Hi, Roots. I don't know if this is going to make sense, Roots. It probably does, but I just don't know how it's going to come out. And everyone will probably be like, oh, you're contradicting yourself, you know, like they do. Oh, ooh, you're saying this, you were saying that yesterday. It's like, we're all trying to find truth out. It's all muddled up anyway. That's how they like it, because they don't want truth coming out and they want you to be all confused. So I'm just going to come out with this, tell you the video at the end to go and watch. And I'm not saying I resonate with all of it, but yeah, it's just, and it's mainly when I'm sat out in nature is when things come, and that is the biggest thing of nature, because one thing I do know, nature's real. And I have this thing about as above, so below, with the whole Gaia, and above the cosmos, universe, and then, but there can't be a universe if you're into flat earth. Why can't there be? I sort of explained that after, because he did say something about flat earth, this guy, and I was like, but then again, he didn't. Anyway, I've just been watching someone. I'm going to tell you who it is at the end. And I've been having a problem with, really, from the beginning, when people go on about, yes, the Matrix, yes, the computer. And I was talking about that yesterday with Atlantis, because I do believe that was a more of an organic tech, what would you call it, technical age. What do you think Gaia is? Have I spelt it right? Earth, you know, Mother Nature, and I have this tattoo. I'm not going on about that though. I'm saying I'm connected to Mother Earth. People might not think we are, but we are. A more advanced, they say like AI, you know, artificial intelligence, not an artificial intelligence, an organic intelligence. And I was talking about that yesterday. So yes, I do believe in, we had advanced technology then in lost civilization. Of course we did. We all think it's new now. It's not. But we think it is. I reckon planets are energy sources. Thank you, Roots. This is what I'm talking about. I have this really big thing about, this is why I'm getting a telescope. And the lovely Dave gifted me money to get a telescope, because I've been thinking lately, we're all energy, we go to energy. When we go, where do we go? I said to someone the other day, they were laughing at me. I don't care. It's my reality. It's the way I think. I've just had a discussion with my dad. He's like, well, and I'm like, well, if we all go to energy, and when people see orbs, which I saw the other week with someone and me on my channel, they go into balls. Now the stars are like that. They're like spheres, or well, they move, so that I wouldn't exactly say they're round, but spheres of light, energy, sound, vibrations. If you watch a lot of planetary videos, this is where people have a problem. Flat Earth and planets, I'm like, yeah, and talk about that after. Who knows? We've all been lied to. We think we know everything, but we really don't. But we do inside, but we've been shunned down. But what I'm saying is, if you've seen the pictures of the videos of stars that are nearer than they say they are, because we all know NASA lie, they vibrate, they sing, they're pulsating, their energy. So I think, like the sun, is that what we go to? The film Stardust, when she comes down in physical form, she's human, but she says she watches from above and she sees all, like the Watchers. It makes me think of Wish Upon a Star, all these songs you're programmed to sing when you're younger. Wish Upon a Star, when you wish upon a star. It used to be my favourite song when I was younger. I used to have this wind-up thing, you know, them toys that played the music. The song, shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, you're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright, you're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Everyone's like, it's only a song. Well, just makes me think there's more to it. Planets, energy. When you see people who've done great videos on the noises that come from the planets, from Saturn as well, because we know Saturn's a bit, don't think Saturn's very good. He was mentioning Saturn. But all these energies that come from it, because we have all energy and everything's energy, so everything's connected because everything's energy. As above, so below, which keeps saying, and some people are like, no, it's not, it's not. I'm like, to me, it is. The universe as we know it is just phenomenal. They are definitely high. Yeah, and because I mentioned the word universe, as my dad just said, but if you're a flat earther, a lot of people don't believe in the universe, because then that's, if you're saying you believe in a universe, that's more globing. It's like, well, not really. Because I do believe both sides put lies and truths in everything. So even the globy side can put bits of truth in. To me, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean, oh, then you must believe in a globe. Why? The guy actually said on it, be careful of flat earth. But then he also said at the same time, because it's not, what did he say? He said, and then I thought, well, yeah, and none of us have said that anyway. We're not saying it's, what did he say? He said something like, which, that's fair enough. He mentions flat earth and he says, but he said it's not a perfect round ball, but it's spherical. I can't say it like a sphere. Spherical in nature. Well, yeah. Well, that doesn't mean it's a globe, does it? I know it is a bit globe, flat earth. I mean, to me, it's like, you could live on a globe and have the thing of natural law and source energy and this, that, and the other, but they say no, because they say, oh, we just came out of a big nothingness. Well, I don't believe we came from nothingness, because I believe in a creator. It's not a religious creator, because there's two, and I'm not really into gravity either. It's just like, oh, a lot of things they say, New World Order type people, I'm like, But to me, that's where people will get on the bandwagon. Like Dad said, well, if you believe in a universe, you can't be into flat earth. Why? This guy just said, be careful of flat earth. But in the same breath, he said, it's not a perfect round ball. Well, we know it's not perfectly round, because it's funny how it's perfectly round. We're not saying we know what model it is, but it's not what they're specifically saying it is. So that doesn't bother me in that channel that I was watching, because I thought, well, yeah, he's right in a way. It's not how they perceive it. They perceive it very, very round and, not even any like dints in it or anything. Is it egg-shaped? I don't know. But I don't believe in it's what they say it is. The planet, stars, sun and moon are all within. Yes, they are all within our system. And that's what I was saying to a friend the other day with this book. Gets triggered every time I talk about it. I'm like, well, it's within our atmosphere. NASA always say the light years away and the dying stars are not dying stars, they're alive. And I think they're much more than we know. I go back to this picture. This friend laughs all the time. You probably know who it is. It's within. But what's this? Beyond the veil. Is this the heavens? Is this how things work? Some people say it's AI, it's a hologram, it's this, that, and the other. Well, that's the problem I'm having right now is there's lots of different things I've said and done, and I can change my mind when I want, but I've always had a problem with this sort of like, what did he say? He said, he brought up the pineal gland, he brought up Kundalini, he brought up the chakras as in New Age, where stuff has got in to try and take you somewhere else, which, yeah, I sort of believe in that as well, because they did get into every sort of system that was going to take us away from stuff. He talked about Saturn and the A, B, C, D, E, F, G rings, the tones that are pulsing, for the pumping out the frequency to try and control the solar system. I pulled out a card the other day on my fairies, which was the solar, which, just let me see if I brought it in, because there's so many lies and things everywhere, it's just hard to, where did I put it? Oh yeah, I didn't pull it out, it was actually in here, which I think it's number 13 actually. Yeah, there it is. Because everyone's saying, oh, the sun's out today, it's beautiful, I feel energised. Yeah, because that's what we work with. Life source, solar. This stuff interests me, but I only watched a few videos. Well, I'll tell you who I was watching after, and you can see if you resonate with it. Knowledge, solus is the sun. Knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, spiritual empowerment. Because they're always trying to take us away from our spiritualness. Hi, yeah, kind of, who knows, but in terms of consciousness and levels and perception, dimensions, etc., all ascend from within. Yeah, and he was talking about multi-dimensions, because I do believe we're in a multi-dimension. There's another one of us somewhere I was watching, on Netflix, the series. I've got through it all. I don't want to say too much because watch it. The OA, the original angels. It talks about multiple dimensions there and you in different, and that's where you're getting information from, and it's just fascinating. I'm in wonderment. It's brilliant, but I do have that problem with the sort of holographic computer simulator. Yeah, there's certain things I get my head around, but that I'm like, not everything's simulated. Not everything's a computer simulation. Things are, it doesn't matter what you think. It's just what I think, and I believe if you believe in that reality, then that's the dimension you reside in. I don't want to reside in something that's computer simulated based. I like nature. Nature's real. The embodiments upstairs, above are real. They're all connected to us. I believe that. So when people say it's everything, this is because if everything's not real, and this is what this guy was saying as well, and everything's not, because he was saying he said people who believe in flat Earth. I believe in a flat Earth. I don't know what shape, but I just don't believe it's totally what the globe side say it is, NASA, because we know that's rubbish. But I'm not saying they don't put snippets out there that are true, but he was sort of saying, the way they're getting flat Earth is there's a dome and everything's a sort of like reality of life what did he say about the flat Earth bit? Oh yeah, he said it's more on there on the way of thinking of alien, like AI, God. Your reality is nothing more than a holographic computer simulation. Well, I have a problem with that. That's what I do have a problem with if people think that with flat Earth. I don't. I believe it's not what the globies say. I don't know what model it is. It's not exactly what they say, but I have a problem with that because I know a lot of flat earthers who believe in that. And I have talked about that, but it's just been niggling because I don't believe everything's a computer simulation. Because if everything is, you're sort of losing out on the natural creator and humanity. And I go for the natural creator, organic and humanity. If anyone gets what I'm saying. If that makes any sense. So, but then people might be saying, oh, well, you can't be flat. Yes, I can. So putting lies out there and this, that and the other. We don't live on a spinning ball. They can't prove that we do. Yeah, but what's your thing, Sleeping Warrior, on if I say I believe in a universe or a cosmos? It's like the guy just said about flat Earth. He went, oh, you've got to be careful of flat Earth. But he said at the same time, it's not, which is, we've not said that, have we? He said, it's not, where is it? It's not a perfect round ball, but it's spherical in nature. Yeah, it could look like that with certain angles, couldn't it? But it's not a ball, a perfect ball like they say it is. It's not. Don't know what it is. But I just don't believe in I've just got to think about natural, organic law and a natural creator compared to a man-made God, what would you call it, a sort of a man-made God, an entity, an ego, because that's what man-made, that God that everyone puts the prayers into. Sorry to trigger people, but you can check this video after. To a natural creator of the world. Natural shamanism is great as well because there's other things they put out there. They do put it out there in New Age stuff. That's why it's very hard to navigate around stuff, because they did get into New Age stuff and twist a few things up. They got in everywhere. Religion. They got in everywhere. But it was just a great video and it just made total sense to me because, the natural, is it the heart of a Christoph? The natural relationship with male and female, to know the relationship of the planetary mother. And I'm not saying planetary as in it's global, I'm just saying that word. The realm. With the solar being, galactic being, universal being, that's where people have a problem. They think, oh, well, you can't be into flat Earth. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I just don't believe what they say it is. It doesn't mean there's not a universe. It's just the way they say universe came into life. I don't believe. It doesn't mean there isn't one. It's like space. Everyone gets triggered by that. Well, if you believe in space. No, I just don't believe the way what they say it is. If anyone gets what I'm saying. Because I was just having this out with my dad. And he's going, yeah, but then you believe this. And no, I don't believe what they say it is. It doesn't mean it's not there. Yeah, it's a realm. Exactly, a realm. Or because we're a realm and they're out, they look like planets, or do they just from where we look up? Doesn't mean we're not flat. It's what we've been told basically. Connection with the heart and the soul. Have the awareness of the natural order and the natural way is what I believe in. So I'm not all into this. Everything's a simulator and everything's a computer. Even though I was talking about that yesterday, because there was organic technology. It wasn't AI as in artificial. It was sort of a bit more, and he was talking about, I do know what I can't see, your son got reflected over water. And then he goes on about Saturn, and we're all about the rings of Saturn, like I've just said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G rings, toning, they're pumping out bad frequencies for the control system, because if you've looked into Saturn and all that, and he was talking about the film, because I love that as well, I have to watch it again, Ascending Jupiter, which is eye-opening. He did talk about the Kundalini thing and all that, they got in there as well, people. Yeah, but I'm into more of that thing, like, not everything's computer generated. Like, I'm just not into that. Too much of it. What else did he mention? He also mentioned about Mew, when I was talking about the film Valerian. He talked about Mew, and I like the way he said it, because he said, which I talked about Mew and lots of things in that film, is Mew, I think, and Lemuria, I can't say now, was before Atlantis. And it said, I like the way he said it, because he said, after watching that film anyway, I asked to see something and this is what I saw. What was he saying? He's saying about beings and that, yes, and in Jupiter, all races have good and bad. We know that. People say, oh, the Dracos, whatever. There's all good and bad, because there's good and bad in humans. Are you for humanity or are you not? Lots of different expressions of life. Different realities have different things. Earth is a very fascinating crucible. Good and bad, malevolent, I can never say it, malevolent. We can either be good or bad. Like I said, there's Nordics that are really good and some that are bad, all that sort of stuff. I think he said something about the Empire. Think of the Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars is, what did he say? Multi-dimensional frequency, here and there, saying different things coming together, a bit like the consciousness. He's talking about an empire. The empire is not for our best interests. That's more like a New World Order thing, which we all know about. You've got AI, which is, he said, it wasn't, talking about Mew and Atlantis, it wasn't artificial intelligence. It's more like technical intelligence based on technology. I'm just going to get this out, sorry, because I've just wrote it all down. You got people channeling like automatic writing, because they're getting things from places like I said a bit yesterday with all that sort of stuff. Individual taps into their own multi-dimensional nature. It's nature, and can come and retrieve it naturally from their own being. And I was thinking about the OA again. Yeah, well, they said about Lemuria and Atlantis, but they said about Lemuria and Mew and then Atlantis, because, just let me tell you this bit, because I found this bit really interesting. So he said Atlantean Empire were multifaceted extraterrestrial groups setting up camp here on Earth, which made me think of the film, because if you've seen Valerian, you'll see the beginning of it with the light, with the beings that did all the, with humanity and all the energies and everything, and then this thing came along. If you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And they sort of wrecked it. It was all right at the beginning. Like he said, Lemuria, Mew, was the indigenous, this made sense to me, people, earth organic, star people, because indigenous Native American Indians, they talked about the star people. I was talking about stars at the beginning. I think they're soul energy. I think it's like where we go, their energy. They're not, the stars are not what NASA say they are. They're alive. Like I said about the songs and Shine Bright Like a Diamond, Wishing Upon a Star, the film Stardust, when she comes into physical form from being a star, like the Watchers. But you must watch Valerian, it's brilliant. They got rid of the one, but then it said, I've not heard this before, and I thought, when they came and they made these the pyramids and all that. I'm just saying, you don't have to resonate with this, but I'm just saying they resonated, made pyramids and that, we knew what they were all for, as I was talking about yesterday. They brought in the first, nice at first, but then the tech sector obviously went, because they said they brought in female scientists. Now this makes sense to me. Female scientists. Why did they bring female scientists? Because they needed to use females, because Earth is a female Earth entity, living being. It is. That's why they call it. That's why they call it Mother Earth. So they needed female energy, but as it went on, they got to set up the energetic grids, the ley lines and this, that and the other, and the pyramids and all this stuff. But then they realised they could use mind control. Yeah, it is again. So they started mind controlling the female scientists to do stuff to control other people. So when they started going against them and they couldn't mind control some of these female scientists, they got rid of them. It says, so instead of a free-flowing energy, that was for the grids and it was all for good, they turned it into something that was controlling. Yeah, MK Ultra is, as we know now. Like the internet, because this is pretty controlling. This is why we're all having problems with finding out the truth. And our controlling flow of information and energy, because information is energy. Like I was talking about the crystals, information, energy. Crystals yesterday, energy, they want it to flow to them. Thinking about Earth, thinking about Earth, the other day I had a dream, got woken up 3 times off my son, so I couldn't remember it, but all I do remember about the dream is, and then looking at this is like, all right, I looked down at my feet and I had moccasins on, or some sort of like natural shoe that looked like they were made out of hemp or something. But we're thinking about it now, it's because I'm thinking of the naturalness of nature, maybe grounding, because I've always said I am grounded in Earth. When people go on about the physical doesn't matter, well, I think she is a physical being and she does need help. And if you're not caring about Mother Earth, Mother Nature, on humanity, what are you? What are you? If anyone gets what I'm saying. That's pretty real to me. There might be other things out there that are all blah de blah, but and it's like he was talking about Lord of the Rings and different things that I've always been into. The demiurge, obviously, because that's the fake god and the ones that they want you worshipping, a man-made religion, and then we've got there's two. There's the demiurge, and then there's the natural creator of the world, natural shamanism and all that naturalness, the natural laws. I'm going to jump into chat in a minute. Natural, like I said, natural relationship, heart of Christoph, with male and female, energies, to know the relationships with the planet. I'm just saying planetary, so don't get triggered. Planetary, mother, I've put realm. With the solar being, galactic being, universal being. Flat earthers might say, well, we don't believe in that. Well, I do. Connection with my heart and soul. Have the awareness of the natural order and the natural way. Every star system is stars, beings, alive, wish upon a star, shine bright like a diamond. Reality of life, I will read in a minute. Reality of life, energy, star, planets, I think it says something, galaxy, are individual stars and planets are individual beings co-creating with the natural creator, and we're all co-creating together. That's what I see it like. I see stars as something, when they go about the watchers, the stars, over selves, the beings of energy, they're alive. They're alive. Johnny Five is alive. What is anything without love? Exactly. The sun, the prime creator, the solar being. It's a being. They are beings. Going on about the matrix, made up of all the systems, layers, the matrix, transcend them. It was just brilliant. I was just listening to it. I was like, yeah. This is where it says. So if you believe in like everything's more on sort of like a computer simulator, which I don't believe in, it is all. is to diminish, so that's why they could put it in flat earth as well, to diminish Mother Nature and humanity, not caring. This I have a problem with. I wrote down nature and humanity is real. Does anyone get what I'm saying? I just woke up this morning and I was like, this is what I'm having a problem with. I have a friend who's really believing everything's like flipping computer generated. I'm like, no, I'm not, no. So if you want to know what that was, what I was watching, you might not resonate with all of it, but the more I listened, and I've not finished it yet, I was like, yes. This is why I have a tattoo of Mother Nature on my arm, and I need to get it finished off. Probably why I'm wearing green today, probably why I decided to wear my green, pick that up the other day, green heart chakra. Hiya, Dave. And that's why I said I'd get a telescope. I want to see what the stars are. I've seen them brilliant videos. They're not dead, they're alive. They're beings. They're energy, they're moving, they're alive. They're alive! Please watch the film called Reformed. Reformed. Please watch the film Valerian if you haven't watched it, and OA. But like they said, it's all out there in films. But that Valerian shows you. It says mule in it. It was Mu. They came from the planet Mu. That's what the earthly organic. This is what Gaia is. The earthly organic Mu. They were indigenous star people because we're all connected. It was just brilliant what this guy was saying, and obviously I know it sounds daft to some people. I woke up this morning and I thought I need to see someone talking about something. I need a message in something. I saw it and thought, yeah, where I am at, I think Sophie is lonely, God's wife. Well, yeah, and there was something about, it made me think about Sophia again with the whole thing with Saturn and this, that and the other, and where you've got demiurge and stuff like that. So it was just interesting. Like I said, we don't know everything. We like to all think we do, but it's getting past all this stuff. But I just thought it was good. But I have a problem with, when people think like nothing's real, then it's like, well, nothing matters then, does it? But it does. It's a guy called George Kavalassis. I don't even know if that's his name, but I will be looking at more stuff on his channel. But it's just something I was watching. He just wanted to be real. Who just wanted to be real? And it was the age of truth, and it was about, and that's that thing again. We're all in different. I do believe in different dimensions, so you're all in a different dimension with different realities going on. I think that's why some people can't see some things and some people can. This channel, Age of Truth, and it was George, whatever that name is, Galactic Space Family versus Alien Overloads and God. It was just good. God program, Age of Truth TV. It's just good. It doesn't mean that I believe everything in it, but I was like, yes, yeah, because interesting. And she's sentient like Pinocchio. Yeah, well, I said that about being sentient yesterday. Got made sentient, but that's the thing again with planets, or whatever you want to call them, and stars can be sentient beings because they have a consciousness. So they have energy. They project energy, like they're talking about Saturn, what it's been projecting on us. So that's how I see the as above, so below. Where energy, that's energy. 17 in the house, and I can never explain this to people. And a friend actually said to me last night, I don't know if he'd had a bit of a drink or something, he went, "You're mental." I went, "I'm not mental. I just think different, you know." But what do people see this as? Beyond the veil. Perceiving the seeing through the veil, the ecstatic pilgrim breaks through the veil of the material world, of which even the visible stars are part, and perceives the glorious workings of heavens. Well, what are the heavens? What's in the heavens? Celestial bodies? Are they not planets and stuff, and energies in the sun, and all this stuff going on, Just saying. Like I said about Solace when I pulled that out the other day. Solace is the sun. People saying today it's a beautiful day, it's sunny in the UK, everyone's like recharged. Yeah, life force. Solace, knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, spiritual empowerment. Well, of course. Solace is radiant. I'll come into chat in a minute, sorry. Because I need to go back out in the sun. Solace is radiant, energizing, vitalizing. The presence in a reading often indicates something new is being brought into being in our lives. So of course it is. It's a new beginning, like I said. Partly through our own efforts and partly through the help we are receiving from other realms, dimensions. take your brain to another dimension. People go on about ayahuasca, you know, the DMT, which is in everything anyway, and the different realms we see there, but we can't see with, you know, things are hidden. Miracles may take place, movement into light is occurring. Yes, it is. This is a time for taking action, passing on our blessings and learning, and for service given from a position of strength, given, not all me, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, yeah. Call me mental. I think being mental is pretty normal, if you get what I'm saying. Being normal's mental, if you get what I'm saying. It's flip reversed, isn't it? I don't want to be normal. No, thank you. Don't want to be normal. It's all very wonderment. What do I say? I'm just in wonderment. Everything's just. But there's so much deception out there. That's why it's so hard. But that, like I said, that was great. The Age of Truth channel, and it was with George Calavasilas. It was brilliant. And I'll probably get some stick for that because my dad said, oh, but if you mention the universe and you're on a flat earth, it's like they'll go, well, you believe in NASA and all that. It's like, no, I just don't believe what they say it is. And even the guy said he's not, you've got to be careful of flat earth, but he did say, because it's not perfectly round, like they do portray it perfectly round. Well, none of us said we don't believe it's perfectly round, do we? So that's all right that he said that anyway, because they're still trying to put crap in there as well. They put crap in every side. It doesn't mean that everything's true in that side or that side. They try to mess us up everywhere. On my way back to work, what's up? Hi. I was just talking about how I have a problem with people who think that on whatever side they're on, globe or non-globe, the whole everything's not real and everything's computer generated. Well, I don't believe in that, because I don't believe, even if certain things are like where the players, like I said, where spiritual beings in a avatar, yes, I do believe that, but I don't think like Mother Earth and stuff is, I don't think that's like computer generated. I think that's pretty damn real. And so are the things above, as above, so below. We come here for this experience to be around and be able to touch this stuff, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Does that make sense? And are we the watchers? And what are the watchers? The stars, the energies. What do we turn into when we pass over? We're not this. Are we pulsating little things in the sky that NASA say are billions of light years away, or dying stars, and that's why you see the light of stars? It's like, no. And don't we get new stars all the time? Yes, there's the ones that are set, but don't we get new stars all the time? Is that like souls passing over? Just saying. That's just how I don't even want to say process things. Gotta go. The questions you ask are important. I love your chats. Oh, thanks, Roots. I like yours as well. We're all just trying to connect with root systems. So, yeah, so I do believe if there was Indigenous, then people go on about race, like the Indigenous people were this, that and the other. Yeah, but it doesn't just mean that it isn't a certain race of people that aren't Indigenous. There was probably many Indigenous people on this earth until the Atlantis time came in with multi-extraterrestrial, which it says that in the film Valerian. If you watch the beginning of it, I don't know if Dave watched it, where they make the big galactic thing and all the different ETs come in from everywhere and they're all shaking hands because they're all together. But then it went into a control system, didn't it? So, So it was just good. And that film's brilliant anyway. I love it. Mew. Like I said, on the Q map, you know, I'm into that. Mew's at the top of the Q map with Valerian. Atlantis is underneath it. That was before Atlantis, and it's funny enough, it's on the map as well. I'm gonna have to find it. It's got all the spirituality stuff in it. I'll have to find it. Maybe I'll come on for a chat tonight. I don't know. I might have a day off today. Because the control systems did get into New Age and spiritualism. That's why it's hard when people put certain stuff out there and everyone's getting mixed up. Don't think they didn't, because they did. It doesn't mean it's just spiritual that those entities didn't get in there. They did. They got in every system going. You have seen contact with Jolie Foster. Jolie Foster? Who's she? If you haven't, you've needed to check out the... It's come so far with the Earth Giai. Shame at teach. Thank you. And that's what I was saying, LA Taylor. That's what I was having a problem with. Like, I know I talk about a lot of things, and some people might think it's a bit contradicting, but then I do shed other things. But I've always had this problem with always had this problem with the whole, oh, Jodie Foster, yeah, I thought you meant this whole everything's not real. It's like, no, I think there's different dimensions and stuff and blah, 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 blah. But like I said, that's why someone said the other day, oh, you're getting a telescope. Yeah, I don't know if I was researching myself and looking myself. And I said, that's why I'm getting one, you know? But it doesn't mean to me, if anyone comes in with a flat earther or bot, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, and you're thinking, oh my God, she's talking about like space and she's talking about this. She can't be on flat earth. No, I just don't believe the way they've told us it is. You know, or they use certain words. It doesn't mean that a universe isn't real, or we all have a different universe and there's different multiple sort of dimensions and universes going on. But because NASA say, oh, well, therefore you must think this. No, I just don't believe how they say it. They have to put truth in lies and everything. So, yeah, there could be a universe, but not the way they explain it as the Big Bang and it started like this. No, I don't believe in that. So, if anyone gets what I'm saying, I just don't believe the way they say it. And if you know about the law of one, they have to put truth out there in some ways. So they will tell the truth, but mixed up in lies, if you know about the law of one, or the raw material, if you know about that sort of stuff. So, you know, don't get too wet up about it. If you think, oh, she said she was on flat earth, but she believes in this and she believes in that. How can she believe in that and she believes in that? They put crap everywhere. And they even put stuff in flat earth to make you think like, you know, it's just a simulate. Like he said, that makes sense too. Because I'm not saying everyone believes that on flat earth, but I know a lot of people believe everything. Some people believe it's simulated and everything's computer simulated. So to me, that's like, you don't even, well, you're not even there for believing in, the, you know, sort of natural law and humanity. Like, what's going on there? Like, it's like to diminish Mother Nature and humanity. Well, I have a big problem with that. Always been into Mother Nature because I grew up around a lot of nature when I was younger. I was always in the army, on the barracks, in the countryside, running around forests, collecting acorns for the fairies at the bottom of my tree, which was a tree called Mr. Oak Tree. It was a friend. This was when I was about 5 people, using my imagination, running around in forests, natural sandpits, out all the time, climbing trees, doing all that sort of stuff that kids don't do today. So I come from that base of, I know that was real, if you get what I'm saying. Does anyone get what I'm going on about? And then because kids are on so many computer generated things today, I think they do get brainwashed into thinking that everything is flipping simulated. It's not everything's simulated. You could still have, which is in Valerian, the film, there was an Earth planet thing, whatever it was, and they did put the simulated virtual reality goggles on, but they were still on that body they were on, that realm they were on was real. It's just the other things that we're looking at. Things are simulated by Hollywood. Things are simulated by the controlling system because they want you to believe in what they're pumping out there is real when it's not. And it is a bit like a hologram because that isn't real. Sometimes, yeah, you can touch it, but it ain't real. It's just what they're pumping out to you with the lies, if you get what I'm saying. So you can look at it 2 ways. No, kids don't want GCSE. They want COD on the... Yeah, exactly. But then again, they don't need GCSEs either. They need a holistic approach to schooling and more sort of not too much sitting and regurgitating and parroting what the system want us to do because that's how they do it. The band of shaman are from my hometown. Yeah, and he was talking about shamanism, saying obviously shamanism. He said like there's the demiurge gods, sorry about really religious people, but the man-made gods that they want you all doing and praying to certain things, which is energy. You know, resonate with it or not. The demiurge, the man-made religions, the god, the entity, the ego, that god, the you know, construct. Then you've got the natural creator in the world. That's what I believe in. Natural shamanism is great because they did the natural stuff, but it got into the spiritual stuff as well, where they're trying to take you away and doing something else. He did talk about Kundalini. He did talk about the pineal gland, which I found fascinating because I do talk about that a lot, and I'm like, But then again, that could be something that they're just trying to switch around on people who are into that, because I mean, I don't see a problem with that, but can it? I think it does open you up to other things. But he did talk about Kundalini, pineal gland, and what was the other thing? So let me find it. Don't know where it is now. Pineal gland, kundalini, and the chakras, saying, there could be a problem in that, but I'm like, yeah. Maybe it depends what's going on in different dimensions. Have the 6 degrees of separation. Colin found it and led me. And he was talking about the 6. He was talking about the families above as well, and the 6, the 7th circle, but the 6th circle is you're the 7th when you go to see them. It was just good. So like I said, The Age of Truth, and it was George Cavan. Blah, blah, blah. If you want to go and watch it and resonate with it or not, or resonate with bits, but I was like, yes. But this is what I was thinking about last night, and like I said, I wanted something to come up on YouTube that I could go and watch, and that popped up, and I was like, haha. So it was this guy. Let me see. So I don't know if you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Green tea. Yeah, I like green tea.
Female planet. This is a woman.
Listen to this.
That's what is brilliant conglomerate empire that came to Earth and started setting up camp, basically. And in the beginning, it was kind of nice. There was technology that was being created, as in pyramids and.
I think he said about Mew.
Like an extraterrestrial conglomerate.
Just listen to this.
Still alive from the time of Atlantis.
I like this.
Who were concerned? There are 6 beings, 6 powerful beings, organic Earth style people, indigenous peoples. This is where it gets complicated. The Atlantean Empire, because it was empire, especially relative to the people of Lemuria or Mu, which were more the organic Earth style people, indigenous peoples. Atlantis was actually a faceted, like an extraterrestrial conglomerate empire that came to Earth and started setting up camp, basically. And in the beginning, it was kind of nice. There was technology that was being created, as in pyramids and energetic networks around the planet, communication systems and what have you. And then, unfortunately, what happened is these brilliant female scientists were used to create these technologies. And I've met several of them, and they are fully aware of who they are the reincarnation of, and realise what they're actually processing in this lifetime in regards to that. And the reason the Atlantean Empire used female scientists to set up the technologies, because we're on a female planet. This is a woman. That's why we call her Mother Earth. And to be able to set up technologies properly to interface with this planetary system in a deeper way, in a more effective manner, you need a female energy. You need the energy of a woman to do that. So they brought all these amazing high-level female scientists here, and they got them to set up all these energetic systems and what we call ley line grids and things like that.
And funnily enough, in the film Laverian, the being at the beginning, if you watch it, was like doing something over water on the ley lines, but it was a female that was doing it.
The natural song lines of the earth, but these are like grid networks of what people call ley lines. And they're usually connected to churches and stone monuments and things like that, pyramids, what have you. And
energy
then
harvesting.
They started mind controlling these scientists, and the ones that could have been mind controlled, they started getting rid of them, and they started changing
They get rid of a lot of people who can't mind control, don't they? Or they have
technology to become more of a control grid rather than a free-flowing open system, kind of like what we're doing with the internet at the moment. You know what I mean? It starts out as a good idea, free-flowing, everybody's contributing, we start to grow, then all of a sudden, the apprehension begins, the subjugation begins, the tighter controls, all of that.
Information control.
Control of the flow of information and the control of the flow of energy. Information is energy. And the energy needs to be corralled into the appropriate places to be utilised the way.
And that, I just found that bit interesting because it is about the energy. It is about where the energy's been flowing. Like I said, if you're on a channel watching something really negative and getting all wound up, it's harvesting the energy in that area, if anyone gets what I'm saying. But that about Mew, that is the film Valerian. That is in the film Valerian. That is in the film Valerian. So Bruce Lee was onto all this. He said, be like water. I think, as I mentioned that yesterday. Energy, water conducts energy, doesn't it? And it flows. And that was just a really good thing to listen to because that made sense, and that is in Valerian the film. And I just thought it was really good, and that's because they've learned how to control people and how to harness our energy, which I did talk about yesterday. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on and sort of shout that out because that's one thing I have a problem with, is the taking away of, the Gaia sort of natural law of one. Yeah. So I don't know if that made sense for anyone, but I'll just show that channel again in case you want to go and listen to it. Doesn't mean you'll resonate, but I did pick up on things. I'm not saying everything he said I was like, yeah, but I was just like, that was really, really, really interesting. And that's how I think. I do have this thing of, we are connected here, we are connected above. When you manifest whatever you want to say, it goes up and it comes back down. Celestial bodies in the sky, like someone said yesterday, there is a massive celestial body in the sky. It all matches up to us. It's a grid up there, there's a grid down below. I can never explain what I mean properly, and I've got friends who laugh and go on and go, it's not that, and I'm like, well, it is in my dimension. They connect up, it's all part of everything, all the energies above, there's energies below and there's energies above, as we know, because that's also what the pyramids were doing as well. So I don't know if anyone gets what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. Bye, my guy. So I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the sun and do some hooping. And then I might do a bit of meditating in the hoop. But it was also saying about all that sort of new age stuff as well, which I love. But it was also saying, sometimes things just come in. You don't have to go and do certain things. Like some people, will go, oh, I have to go and meditate and I have to go and do this. I don't do it all the time because things just come in mainly when I'm sat outside. Sometimes that's the way it just happens, And I'm going to go and do a little bit. I'm going to try and finish this off before I have to go and pick little legs up in the sun. Because I've only got that much wool left. Before I can get some more next week. Wish it was winter now and it'd be a scarf. Because she hasn't got any in. So I'm going to go and finish that off because I found that very relaxing. Thought not coming in when I'm doing it. So yeah. Yeah, crystalline in one of, yeah. And it's like I say there, I believe this is Mother Earth's sort of, information. Her organic, what I was saying yesterday, we have the organic stuff of the organic motherboard, and then we have the other stuff that's not organic, so there is real mixed up with the sort of, it's the AI that isn't real, that's artificial intelligence. We did have, how did I say it before, we did have technical intelligence based on technology. It wasn't artificial, but we have the artificial stuff now. 11:26 in Australia. Oh, and he's Australian, the guy, as well. And I know there's a lot of Australians that I used to watch on We the People 24/7 that used to go on about ETs and all this sort of stuff, which was very interesting because there's, it's all out there. Do you have a teapot? You know where I'm going with that teacup. Oh yeah, I used to. Let me make a tea cozy. Yay. But let me just pick a card before I go, because I need to go and enjoy the weather. I'm going to listen to the end of that. I might come on tonight, might not, don't know. Depends how I feel. Oh! Something just pop. Oh. Oh, I don't think. Oh, yeah, it's there. I've got this funny looking one. It's a bit like a joker. Where's that? I'll just read them out quickly. Sorry, I'm just trying to think what came. Hang on. Night. Right, I'll just quickly do this. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. So, she might look a bit freaky. Are you ready? The Green Woman. We've heard about the Green Man. Wildness. Natural magic. Acceptance. Gratitude. Untamed, I think it said creativity. And I'll just read it a little bit out quickly, the short version of the Green Woman speaks to us of caring for our growing ground, really. Growing ground and the physical satisfaction of being our natural selves and our practicing our own innate magic. This is a time for enhancing the growth of our talents and abilities at a time of blossoming. Yeah, because springtime. This will bear fruit. As I was saying yesterday, it's what we do now for the future. It may also be a time of growing maturity and self-confidence, experiencing, trusting yourself and trusting the process of growth. She also reminds us of the material reward ahead, the harvest of the seeds we have planted and nurtured, the counsels of boldness and perseverance and in face of adversity. Yet she also reminds us that sometimes the only action we can take is to wait patiently and keep growing. Because we never stop growing, we never stop learning. It goes on and on and on. There's another one, let me find the other one. Now, people might see this as bad, but I don't. It's can never say what his name is, but this card stands for meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful, fixing, order. Well, there's been a lot of sabotage and tampering, what I was talking about before, it got in everywhere. That basically says it anyway, because I'm trying to get outside now. And then the last one was this one, I think it's Penelope, the Dreamweaver. The Dreamweaver. Well, I'll just do this one quickly before I go. My phone and tablet I find too. What's going on now? Let me just find this one and then I'm going. The Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver. Is there a song called Dreamweaver? The Dreamweaver is inspiration, magical dreams, visions. Seek visions and inspiration. Be aware that they are often subtle and require close attention, as I was saying yesterday. That's my mum. I'll have to ring her back in a minute. Fantasies, dreams and daydreams are all places and inspiration fairy can contact us, but she can also pop up unannounced in the midst of our most ordinary and activities. In the bath, washing the dishes, driving the car, or anywhere else that our mind is half occupied. Exactly. That's why this channel is called Dolly Daydream. And half running on idle, or whatever it says. Pay special attention to the unsought inspirations at this time. They have something wonderful to offer you, but it is up to you to catch them and bring them into reality. So yeah, so I'm going to go. I sort of hope I explained that all right, and I hope you check the channel out. You don't have to. It might resonate, might not, whatever. You know, if anyone comes on going, oh, she believes in flat earth, she believes in that. So what? I just don't believe in their way of saying certain stuff. So that's all I'm saying. But if I'm on tonight, I'm on at the usual time. If I'm not, I'll just be chilling out because there is a few things I want to catch up with still, because I've got through a season. There's a frequency season thing on Netflix that I want to watch, and yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of things in the garden, so I might end up using my energy. So yeah, so I shall catch you later. Have a good